One of my favorite things about collecting cricket cards is the international nature of them and the hunt. One of my other things that I love about it is that a lot of this stuff just isn't well documented, so you're able to kind of discover things as you go. So, in this video, I'm going to be sharing one of really the greatest cricket nations, as well as, at least for a period of time, one of the greatest cricket card producing countries, and that's South Africa. So, in South Africa, it all starts in 1992 with this iconic set known as Total Cricket. This is known as Total because Total is basically the brand of petrol, gasoline, that sponsored these cards. So this little pile here, I've got a really good friend in India who's just been an awesome, partner in crime as we've tried to grow our collections. And he's a younger guy, but I'd say he's very mature when it comes to how he operates, and so I managed to track down these for him. So one South African player, but the rest of these, some really notable Indian players, including, Anil Kumble's rookie card. This is to me, like, this is a really cool card. One of the all-time great bowlers of the era, Hall of Famer. But there's other great players in here too, right? You got Jadeja, you've got Kumble. So anyway, I think these are really cool. And of course, the most notable of this entire set is this guy. So this is probably the most sought after card that's ever come out of South Africa. In this condition, it's probably a PSA 2. These have sold for a lot of money. So just because it has some damage on the back, still a very valuable card. I don't think I've ever seen this card sell for less than $2,000, which just gives you an idea of the value here. So, so these are the 1992 ones, and the Sachin definitely put these on the map. From a rarity perspective, I'd say that these are very rare. My guess is there's probably somewhere in the range of 50 copies of each of these cards. So again, Total is the brand because it was the sponsor. But if you look at the bottom, you'll see Stars Inc. written here. So you've got Stars Inc. And then you've also, at the top, got this 1 here. And I'm pointing this out for a reason. So this is 1992. You've got Stars Inc. and 1. Well, let's look at the 1993 set. The 1993 set is called TopSport. But look, you've got the 1 again. And if you look down here, Stars Inc., right? So you've got the 1, which is the TV station, I believe, TopSport 1, and you've got Stars Inc. So guess where I'm going with this? So even though these are known as Total cards, and the 1993, which is, instead of India versus South Africa, it's Australia versus South Africa, these ones are commonly referred to as TopSport. I think for a lot of people, including myself, I was trying to find the connection between these because, the size of these cards are very similar. The one in the top right, obviously, kind of is a giveaway. And then, you can see on the side of these too, you got Stars Inc. on the side and obviously Stars Inc. on the back here. So the point I'm trying to make is, even though these ones are known, the 1992 ones are known as Totals, this is essentially the next year's series, just instead of it being against India, it's against Australia. So this is another really cool set. I just received this one from South Africa, and one of the really cool things about this specific set is you can see in the top corner and the bottom corner, these are being held in by little plastic holders. So they are not glued, they're not taped, which really is going to help preserve the value and the condition of these in a big way. So this is really, it's a full set. It's a very premium quality set. And, one of the things that's really great about this is not only do you have all-time greats like Border, but Matthew Hayden rookies in here. So Matthew Hayden was one of the most dominant and feared batters of this era. You got Michael Slater. I think that might be his rookie as well. Steve Wall. And look at that, Shane Warne. So one of Shane Warne's, I believe, most rare, and I've seen the value of this card start to really rise recently as people just realize how rare it is. So, a minute ago I was talking about how, the Sachin card, there's only been 15 of these graded by PSA. That doesn't mean that there's 15 in the world, but I think somewhere in that range of 50, maybe 100 copies of this card exist. The Warren, I don't think, is much more common. So, this set here is probably a little bit under the radar, and I think that's changing. So I think that the Shane Warne in this set kind of rivals the Sachin in the total set. Now, I am not saying that the price or the value of these cards should be equivalent. I don't think that's true. I think the Sachin has gotten kind of an iconic status that's helped to kind of solidify it as a really, really valuable and lasting card. But I do think that I've seen the Shane Warne jump up from, let's say, a $20 to $50 card to a several $100 card in nice condition. So I think that shows that it's getting a lot more interest. So both of these sets have the South African players as well. Alan Donald features in both of these sets. The 1992 total, I believe, is Donald's only rookie card from 1992. So this is a very, very nice condition 1993 set. So no autographs, but just really, really nice condition. All right, so moving on. So now we're in 1994. Look what you see down here. Stars Inc. again, but this time we see SportsDeck. So again, just follow along with me here. We've got Stars Inc. So you can see the connection. You got the same company printing these cards as printing the Australia card and printing the total cards. So again, kind of a third series from the same manufacturer. And I don't have the binder with me for this video, but there is a binder for the total that looks almost exactly the same shape and size as the TopSport. This Mandela set is a little different because it's a lot thicker as opposed to these sets, which, let's count the cards real quick. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so 36 total cards. The Mandela series has 75 cards. So you've got a little more than twice as many cards, and this one actually fell out. You can see these are not glued very well, which is actually a good thing. So look at how nicely this one came out. So you can see 1994, Stars Inc. on the bottom, and you've also got SportsDeck there. So one of the cool things about this specific set is my contact in South Africa is a great guy, and there's Donald again. And he has been sharing with me, a lot that he's learned as he searched for these cards. I would say about probably half the Sachins that have hit the market or that have become known, he has actually helped uncover in South Africa. He's got a big network, and he's really pushed the envelope forward. But yeah, so what he was telling me is this is the only copy of this book he's ever seen complete. He's seen other copies of this book, but to get all 75 cards is a really, really rare feat. And you'll see why they have so many cards. So you started with the South Africa team, and now we are into the New Zealand team where you've got Martin Crowe. So Martin Crowe doesn't have a ton of cards. This is probably one of his very rarest cards. We've still got New Zealand here. And now we're on to the third page of New Zealand, and now on to Pakistan. So, on the Pakistan team, you've got Akram and some other greats. So that's really cool. I think a lot of people have probably never seen these cards before. Yunus, one of Yunus's first ever cards. Again, these are from 1994, and he does not have many cards earlier than 1996. So another really rare one. And now we are on to Sri Lanka. So again, you've got some great players. Shout out to De Silva, who just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. I want to say it was this week, just a couple days ago. So not his rookie card, but like I said, probably all of these guys, some of their rarest cards. But one that is a rookie card that was probably the card I was most excited to see. There you go. Look at that. Little did we know that he actually has a 1994 card, a very rare South African issue. The earliest one of his cards that I'd seen before was actually 1997. So there you go. So again, now so that's one of the mysteries we uncovered, is we actually have a Merlotharan from 1994, which didn't know that existed. And now for the next mystery. Remember again, SportsDeck was the one of the branding that came on the 1994. And now we're on to the 1996 set, which is the SportsDeck set. So so there is a connection all the way through. I'd say this is the first like major set. These are more like, normal pack issued cards, as opposed to these ones, which are all a little bit thinner, a little bit different. Actually, this SportsDeck set, the 1994 one, starts to move kind of in this direction. It's got more like full-sized cards. But there you go. So the Golden Wickets obviously are a big draw, but the 1996 set also brings in these old-time greats in there. And, I love the way that they do the different cards are different colors for the different teams. So they definitely went a lot bigger on design in the 1996 set. But then, in 1997, you get the next series of SportsDeck, which unfortunately, this was the last series that they put out. But anyway, I thought that was a really cool discovery, that there's this kind of straight line that takes you through from 1992, where you've got Stars Inc., and then in 1993, you've got Stars Inc. 1994, you've got Stars Inc. and TopSport or SportsDeck, and then in 1996, 1997, you get SportsDeck again. So hopefully you learned something here. Very cool cards, all pretty rare and all pretty sought after. Glad to have them in my collection.